Alright, what's up guys? I was just going to be making a video on how I improve at balisong flipping, and hopefully how you can improve too with these pretty simple tips, hopefully. The first one, and this is a big one for me, is simply watching slowed down clips of other flippers. I don't know why, but this helps me so much. It's how I learned the shortstop. It's how I learned that. It's also how I learned palm fan. It's how I learned how to chaplain. It's how I learned most of the tricks that I know. I didn't even watch a proper tutorial. I just watched a slow down version of the trick and tried to copy it. However, do not undermine actual tutorials. They are very important. Actual tutorials is how I learned the choker fan. It was something I could never get down just from watching a slow down clip. It's also how I learned a lot of aerials. Like that. But just slow down clips are a big help for me personally. And also, for very new flippers, one thing I've always noticed is that they're way too stiff. It's almost like they're nervous. Even with a trainer, they're always worried about messing up the trick for some reason. But just try to stay loose with your hand. Don't over grip the balisong. Like some people, they're so stiff with their moves. They're like that, you know? When you see new people flip. They also don't let their wrist flow enough. So don't death grip the balisong. Just let it kind of flow. That's the point of balisong flipping. It's just let the balisong flow, and you just kind of help guide it along the right path. Next, I would say, don't be nervous to fail with your tricks, especially if you're using a trainer. That was another thing I was mentioning with the last one, is that a lot of beginners always seem very, for some reason, nervous while they flip, even if it is a trainer. And I don't really get that, because it's fine to mess up. If you fail, just retry until you get the trick down. And if the trick is stressing you out or there's something you don't understand, well, then just take a break. That's perfectly fine. Like with palm fans, like I was mentioning, they took me 2 weeks to learn, but I never once got nervous, stressed out. I was never worried oh, will I ever be able to learn this trick? It's impossible for me. I was just always like, okay, I can go back to it later and look back on what I did, maybe what I was doing wrong, and try to correct it. And eventually I got it down. So just try not to be too nervous whenever you are flipping. Honestly, those are the main tips that I have. I can't really say much more. That's the main way that I learned. I would also say this is less of a tip for learning, but more of a just in general. Try to get a good balisong. It's not fun to learn on a cheap balisong. Say when I was first learning, I first started with a balio, and those are not good. They're just not good for flipping. They're not good for doing tricks. They're fun. They're fun to fidget around with. I still own a balio, and I mess with it from time to time, but I don't really enjoy it all that much for actual competitive flipping. So just try to get a proper balisong. One that I would recommend is the Nebali's Volp. That is a very nice balisong for only about $65. You can also go for a Peony balisong I think it's NKD Arts or something like that. Then there's one other plastic balisong trainer. I can't think of the name right now, but it's around $55. Just looking to some nice cheap options. There are plenty of good ones today on the market. So, guess that'll be all for me today. It's a pretty short video. Just wanted to give some pointers, some tips I thought maybe could help you guys out in becoming better flippers. Alrighty, I guess I will see you next time.